Hey everyone, it's Simon Kendrick here from The Sovereign Trader. How are you doing today? In this video, I'm going to walk you through NZDJPY. This is a trade I am currently in, and I've held it over the weekend at the time of me recording this video for you. And before I actually go into, what's happening here with NZDJPY, I just want to strip back trading and just share with you, what trading actually means to me, because it can mean different things for different people on different levels. So one of the things that I'm really grateful for about trading is the options and the choices that it provides to me. I'm not having to give my time to someone else. I'm not having to go to, a place that I don't like with people I don't really respect. I'm fully in control. But it never used to be like that for me. So my history before I got into trading was working away overseas. I was in the military for 10 years in the Royal Navy, which I absolutely appreciated. And you might be thinking, what's this got to do with trading? Well, you'll learn in a second because it's quite important. But I spent a lot of time overseas as a team leader of private armed security guards, taking charge of armed guards on vessels, protecting, merchant vessels from piracy attacks. If you've ever seen the movie Captain Phillips with Tom Hanks, based on a true story in the Maersk, Alabama, that was one of the reasons, or the main reason, I should say, why you saw these security teams out there. I was a team leader, and I was away for like three months at a time. I'd come home, I'd have a month off. Now, in that time, I got a taste of what it was like to be my own boss. Yes, I was subcontracting for a private company, but when I was out in the Middle East, I had no one over my shoulder. I had no one telling me what to do. The responsibility was on me. I was the face of the company, and I absolutely loved that role. I loved the responsibility that was, handed to me, the trust. And when at home, my time was my time. I didn't need to ask for permission to do this. I didn't need to ask for permission to do that. Time off for appointments, or if you've got kids, there was no me requesting time off to take, my stepdaughter at the time to appointments, or, whatever stuff she had going on in her life. My time was my time, and it was freedom. Could do what I wanted when I wanted. And I guess I wanted to find a way where I could do that for myself all the time, not just for a month. And I always had a fascination with trading, and that's why I appreciate trading so much. If we strip it back, it's not just about the money. It's about what it can do for you. If you take this seriously, it's about what it can do for you, the choices, the options, the freedom, the ability to, reduce financial stress, live your life on your terms. And with me saying that, I'm willing to suggest, and obviously there's going to be people out there who disagree with me, because I know what it's like. And hey, there's many people who have done similar things, making sacrifices to provide for the family. My point being is, because I know what it's like to be away from a family for long periods of time, the heartache that brings, that gut-wrenching feeling in your stomach, I take trading seriously because I respect it. I respect the fact that not only can trading provide me an income, it gives me my time back with my family and my friends. And there's nothing more important than that. You can't put a price on that. Let me know in the comments below this video if that's resonating. Yes, it's great to come into the markets as long as you've got a strategy that's been statistically proven to be profitable, over, a large number of trades. That's all well and good, making the money. It's what comes after that. It's funny how I have these conversations with people, and I ask them, why trading? Why now? Well, I want to make extra money. Well, yeah, that's step one. But what does it actually mean to you? That extra money, what's the monthly income goal? If you could achieve that, what does that actually mean to you? How is that going to help you? It's not just about making extra money, guys. It's what it can do for you, the joy it can bring. If you can get to that stage where you understand the law of probabilities and accept that you're going to take losses and not react to it, and be in that balanced state, if you can get to that stage, then trading can do magical things for you like it's done for me. So I hope that sort of help someone out there who's looking at trading. I know there's a lot of, pretty much the same with any industry really. There's a lot of noise online when it comes to trading and hype, a lot of hype. I'm just trying to level with you here. If you can just appreciate trading for what it is, and not overreact, not be greedy, and treat it like a business so you get business like results, then the joy and the happiness that this skill can bring you is unmatched in my opinion. So I hope that helps someone today. So we're going to look at NZDJPY. So this is Sunday at the time of me recording this video for you all. I took one position on NJ, and obviously she's moving in the right direction. And the strategy, I think it was, when did I enter in a second? I think it was Friday. Yeah, Friday at midday. The strategy actually played out again on the Friday. So I'm leaving these to run. Now, my targets, usually when I'm talking to new people, we're talking about a risk to reward. It's one of the most common questions when people are asking about strategy specifics. What is the fixed risk to reward? I always suggest just keep it something that you can be consistent with, i.e., a 1-to-1 or a 1-to-2, 1% account growth, 2% account growth, what have you. And people fall into this trap of thinking, well, that's not much. Yeah, but you got to put it into context. If you were trading £100 account, then yeah, it's not much, is it? What's that? A tenner, a pound. You're probably making £1 or £2 per trade. If you're risking 1 or 2%, risking 1%, you're making £1 or £2 per trade. But again, it comes down to context and putting things into perspective. Most people these days, I think it's common knowledge, are going for, funded accounts. Then the story changes a little bit. So I don't know, if you're trading a 50k funded account, you've learned a strategy, you've practiced it, you've demoed it, you've got the data back, you've got the law of probabilities, you've got the statistical edge in your favor, then, a 1-to-2 on a 50k. So what's that? 50k, 5k, 500. Going for a 1-to-2 on a 50k, risking 1%. What's that? $1,000 per trade. No, it's a different story, right? But I always suggest to like new people, just go with something that you can be consistent with. 1-to-1s or a 1-to-2s. There's many people in the sovereign trader community who just stick at 1-to-1s, 1-to-2s because they're going to be way more consistent with that type of risk to reward. However, in this example, and just based on my experience of higher time frames, I will probably use a trailing stop loss. Reason for that, we're on the hour. My trigger chart, so the chart I actually analyze originally and use to trigger, is the 30-minute. But if I just jump up to the higher time frames, you can see over here, I've got it sort of marked off. It's probably a lot clearer on the 4-hour actually. You can see we have this imbalance in the market. If I just turn the Bollingers off for a second and the EMAs, you're going to see this. You're going to see this imbalance right here. If I just mark that out. Okay, just do it from there like that, just roughly. What do we know about imbalance, IPA, you name it, fair value gap? All means the same thing. Well, we know 100% of the time, it might not do it now, but we know 100% of the time that price always has to be balanced. So at some point, price is going to come in and clean out this imbalance to the left. So that's what I'm targeting. Sort of. I've got my risk to reward sat just short of that, but that's a 1-to-16 right there, and this one is a 1-to-6. Will it get there? Who knows? But like I said, I'm going to use a trailing stop loss. And just so you know that I am actually in this trade, and I'm not just talking gobbly Dutch. And those entries are here on my FTMO MT5 account. You can see I've got another trade there as well on EU. She is hovering around entry on EU. I'm going to put my stop loss back on that. I moved my stop loss. This is a subject for another video, but I moved my stop loss on Friday due to market close, wary of where price is in regards to my entry and my stop loss. So when the market reopens again tonight, Sunday evening time, the spreads go a little bit wild. And once the spreads have calmed down a little bit, I'll put my stop loss back on. So we should be good with EU. But you can see NJ, there's the original entry. And here is the re-entry. And if I jump to the 4-hour, you should see that imbalance to the left right here. Anyhow, I hope you took value from that video on NZDJPY and the importance of trading to me. And if you need any help in your trading or different aspects of it, I have dropped a link in the description below. Feel free to come and book a call with us here at the Sovereign Trader. We'll have a chat. We'll see whether we can help you and take things from there. All right, see you in the next one.